Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Psychic Powers, the best way to learn. Hi, this is Thompson TV. My name is David Thompson, and on my page we talk about psychic work, spirituality, holisticness. So if you want to lose weight, get fit, or if you want to learn more about meditation and yoga, your aura, or you want to talk about aliens, ghosts, people evaporating through walls, this is the place to be on Thompson TV. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, like, and we're about to get into this video. Stay until the end because I'm going to give some lessons on how you can be a psychic and how you can actually do this here today with these tools and tips. Because I got a couple of cool things I'm going to show you guys. Because I used to, before I get into this, I used to hold classes teaching people how to develop their psychic awareness in the 3 different stages. Okay, psychic. What does it mean, right? What does it mean? Well, it comes from the psyche, right? Comes from the psyche. And the psyche is the mind. The psyche is within the mind. So, already, if you guys are putting things together, if you want to be a psychic, it comes from the mind in one way. So, let me clarify that. So, in one way, psychic comes from the word psyche because it's coming from the mind. Psyche, energy. Psyche, energy. Once again, if I misspell words, it's gonna happen. I'm not a great speller. Psyche, energy. This is what we're talking about. So, we're going to discover a lot of new things. And I'm going to discover a lot of new things just right here on the spot. Because I never rehearse this stuff. It's just coming straight in and down. Straight through me. Alright, so the psyche is from the mind. So this is psyche energy when we're saying psychic. Right? So what is actually going on when you're going to somebody reading tarot? Let's start off with tarot. Let's try to break that down. Okay. Tarot. What is happening when somebody's laying out these cards for you, right? And they're saying past, present, future, and they're flipping it, and this is the Fool, and this is One of Cups. I'm pretty good at this, right? And this is let's say Hearts. No, let's say Judgment. Let's just say Judgment, right? So what is this? Like, they just come out, boom, these are just cards. And you're wondering, how are these cards actually predicting what happened? I mean, what's going to happen, and telling me what already happened, and also telling us what's going on now. Well, tarot is based on math. It's all based on math. Because just like our geometric signs and the Fibonacci spiral, if I'm saying it right, it's all mathematic and it all adds up in the universe. You can mathematically break down the universe, and there's certain numbers that's always repeating. Tarot is mathematic. And how does it apply to you? Like every time that you come and you pull out these certain cards, you can reshuffle and pull out a different card and it'll still mean the same thing. How does this happen? Honestly, in short, like I'm saying, it's all mathematics, but I don't know exactly how it happens. It's phenomenal though, because if you ever had your tarot cards read, they're always, if not right on, they are actually talking about you. That's one that you do know. And if you haven't experienced this, get them yourself, read the book, and it'll blow your socks off. But from my understanding, from being a psychic, and I was actually fairly good, I never had I was 80%, 85% on. That's amazing. I was 85%. I did readings, multiple readings. I can't even count how many readings I did. But from what I was getting when I was doing tarot, it has a lot to do with this energy that's coming from the psyche, right? Now this is going to develop a little bit, so let me already break you into this before I get too far. There's a field. There's a field for our consciousness. So usually we call it the consciousness field, right? Now don't get wrapped up in all these terms. This is just some way so you can digest this intellectually. But all this intellectual shit does not matter at all. Believe me, it doesn't. Because all of these words, you can find them in a dictionary and put them together. So anyway, all this psyche energy, this mind energy, infused with this consciousness field. This is where all the information is coming from. Let me not get all crazy with it. Info, all coming from right here. And what is this? This psychic, this consciousness field. This field is boom. I gotta illustrate this a little bit, guys. I apologize. I'm getting a little carried away here. This field is the consciousness field for Earth. So all of the stuff that's going on Earth here is in this field. All the bad, all the good, whatever you want to call it, is going on in this consciousness field. Now I'm about to break this down to a deeper level in a second. I had to get my earth on there, man. Get me? Yeah. Alright. So this is the consciousness field that's coming from the earth. Boom. All of the thoughts, emotions, mostly it's the emotions that's coming from the earth, and it's going into this field of information. It's all the thoughts and stuff from earth is coming from the field of information. So this is where tarot also comes in, because it's mathematic, like a computer. Like a computer also predicts numbers, it predicts stocks and things like that, also infused with this energy from the consciousness field at the same time, because it's tapping into something even greater that I'm not going to get into because it'll really get confusing. But it's tapping into this field and a mathematical spectrum of the universe. I don't know if you get that, but that's the best way I can say it. Okay. So this is what psychics usually do. A good psychic, like me, myself, other people, you know, they had their own belief systems, and they felt like it was coming from here, they felt like it was coming from there, whatever. But at the end of the day, we was pulling it from a source that was beyond us. And this was more realistic for me and how other people said it, right? So what I would do was, the easiest way to get this information, right? So I'm jumping ahead, but I want to do this for you guys. The easiest way to tap into this field of consciousness is to, how I wrote it before, it's the alpha. Alpha, I always forget beta. Beta, theta, and delta. You always, it doesn't matter if you're doing with anything that's going on Thompson TV, you have to get the hell out of beta. Because if you're in beta right now, you should just move on to the next video because you're not listening. So you got to be in alpha, right? The learning state. And in alpha, it allows you to do a lot of things. This is where you become lucid. This is where you get your dreams. So this is alpha and theta. If you're in deep alpha, this is where we really want to be, right close to theta, because theta is the sleep and awake stage. Last time I said this is the mystic stage, but to really open it up for you guys, I want to say this is the how do you say it? It's the trance. Yeah, no, I don't even know what the hell I'm writing. Okay, it says trance. I don't know what the hell. I lost my letters in there, but I think all the letters are there. Trance, beta, alpha, theta, delta, and theta is between sleep and awake. But it's the trance state. This is where like mediums should be going. If a medium's not hitting this, they're actually just in the psyche. This is what I also need to break this down and make this very clear. Most psychics, man, you gotta see this. You gotta know this. Most psychics are in the psyche. They're in the psyche. And that's not where you want to be. Because in your psyche, in your mind, you got all of your junk. You're not here. You're not in the consciousness field. You're throwing stuff into the consciousness field. So you got your own junk. This is what a normal psychic does that you meet on the street or in a shop or something like that. They get all their baggage. They got all their belief systems, what they believe is true. Like, okay, example. If you meet a psychic that is a Christian, right? He's probably gonna be like, oh, Jesus says this, Jesus does this, and he's gonna apply his Jesus philosophy to whatever you have going on, and that probably has nothing to do with you, and it's gonna put a whole twist on what he sees, and it's gonna filter what he gets. Because okay, now here we go. Now these guys, what you don't want to be dealing with, but you probably will be dealing with if you talk to a psychic, unfortunately, what these people do, when you pay them money, they're actually trying to do their best, but they don't do the right thing. What they do is they pull information down. But these guys are in beta. They're still in beta. They don't get into an alpha state. They don't try to go into a theta state. They just look at you, right? Tell me, am I wrong or am I right? If you have gone to a psychic, they just look at you and they're basically given a dry read. They're looking at your body. They're looking at your physical energy. They're trying to see what happened in your past. And they're trying to give a dry read off of what they feel that you are because of their own experience. So they're judging you. Well, this is what I would do if I was like that. This is how I would feel if I was in this situation. So they're doing it by comparison. So if you're trying to compare, you're not really just receiving raw information that has nothing to do with the supposed psychic, but just the individual that's there looking for counsel, right? So this person's taking their emotions and thoughts and putting them on you, unfortunately. Now, so a psychic that you do want to see, is one that takes the time and meditates. If your psychic does not go into some trance-like state, go into the a deep alpha or theta state, I don't know how they're tapping into this field, right? Because we're gonna come up to some examples, and you guys are actually going to predict, see, or feel, or hear what's coming next. And I'm gonna show you how easy this is, and how people, and I don't understand why people just don't do it, but so what I used to do is tap into this field. How did I do it? This is how I did it. First off, when I was really just concentrating, I was going to be a professional psychic. I was going to. I was a vegetarian. I just ate veggies. Now, this is not a requirement. This is not a requirement at all, but you do have more energy flow because you're putting more liquid foods, liquid-based foods, and your body doesn't have to break down all these solids, so you're gonna have a lot more energy. And I was also meditating. I'm just gonna put meta. I was also meditating. And I was also always practicing OBEs, which is another form of meditation. If you watch my last video and you do the process of from awake to staying, from awake to sleep, staying aware as you go to sleep, that is a deep state of meditation. That is it could be extremely hard, but it is very intense, even if it is easy. So I was a vegetarian and I meditated every day, sometimes twice a day, no less than an hour. And what this does is boom, 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 boom. It fills you up with energy. So as you're sitting there, you got your energy going and down and around you. Like this over here. Down and up this spinal cord. Every day. So you're like a battery. Bam. Most people have their energy way down here. Just like 10%. That's why they need their coffee. They need a meal in the morning, which you shouldn't eat in the morning. They need stuff to get them going because their 100% is 10%. This is true. So to do these things, the OBEs, to step into the mystical realm, let's put it like that, to do mystical feats, you have to gather more energy. So you want to at least try to get up to like 30%. And you're saying, wow, 30% is nothing, but 30% is amazing when it comes to human beings, because the food that we eat takes energy, the thoughts that we think take energy, the physicality and our whole lifestyle takes so much energy because we just don't live properly. So if you have 30%, people think you're like Superman. Seriously. So look at my other videos about how to clean out the pineal gland, and then you can get this energy up. Because when you get this energy up, this becomes easier. Like your field, your sensory body will open up more and you'll be able to feel what people are saying. Now, so with the veggies and the meditation and my other practices going on, it made it a lot easier. So when I went to a person and I would start to read them, I would first and foremost, I would close my eyes. Why? Because with your eyes open, could you get into an alpha state? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. But it'll probably be extremely light alpha. And you don't want that. You want to try to get as deep as you want. And you don't want to have something cross your eye path and then you start thinking. Because once your thoughts come into play, you're not given a proper reading. And that's what other people do. They start to think and they see. Even though they see things, then they start to think about things. So, I close my eyes. You got to close your eyes. So when you close your eyes, then you start to breathe and you relax. We're going to do this now. Right now. Okay? I want you guys to close your eyes. Forget about the board. Stop looking at the board. I want you to close your eyes. Breathe in. Blow out. Let your shoulders relax. Let your stomach relax. Let your buttocks relax. Your hips. Your arms. Your legs. Down to your feet. Breathe in. Let the energy pour down your head. Relax. Everything from your head, your face, your cheeks. Relax. Your jaw. Relax. Your throat. Relax. Your shoulders. Collarbone. Your chest. Relax. Blow out. Abdomen, relax. Your legs, relax. And close your eyes. Keep them closed. Breathe in. Blow out. Go deep. Relax. Breathe in. The stomach goes out as you breathe in. Blow out. Stomach goes in. Body gets relaxed. You feel heavy. And now, in this state, I have an image. Don't want you to think. There's an image. I want you to give me a color. I want you to give me a texture. Don't think. Give me a color. Give me a texture. Give me a smell. Give me a shape. I need an image. Show me the image. Look for this image. Whatever image you have, hold that image. Now I'm going to show you a picture. And let's see if you guys got that right. Now that's one exercise. As we go back to the board. So that was kind of the process that I would go through. I would go close my eyes. At that time, I meditated so much I would just fall into a deep state of meditation within like a minute or something like that. And once you close your eyes, you'll see images. It depends on what type of person you are. But I was a person that got a lot of images. So they say that was a clairvoyant, but I was mostly a clairsentient, which is amazing. I felt like that's the best thing in the world. But I would see images, and they'll be so hard to decipher. Then I figured out you don't decipher it because that's a thinking process. Because once you start to think, you start to use your memory, and your memory is based off of your beliefs and all the shit that people told you through your whole life. That's all bullshit. So you just want to take those images and say those images just how they are, because these images are coming from this consciousness field. So if you try to intellectualize it and chop it up and figure it out, you filter it. So you're getting all of this information pouring out, right? And you got this little filter that you're trying to squeeze it into. That's what happens. Like you try to filter it, and this is all you're trying to get. So you got all this information, trying to squeeze it into this little filter. And you just get little drips. That's why people get it wrong. So what you do is just you see the images and you try to feel. Like you try to feel the energy. And you just feel. You feel the energy. And from the feeling, you can get a sense of the past, present, and the future. I know it sounds strange, but we're going to do another practice right now with the feeling, right? So I want you guys to rub your hands like this. If you need it, go like that. Alright, you rub, then I want you to separate your hands. Just put them like this. Go back and forth, right? Now this is not the practice, this is just the beginning. Blow out, and you're going in. Inhale when you're going out. Blow out. As soon as you feel a little bounce back, stop there. Then inhale and go wider. Blow out. Feel the bounce back. Stop there. And like hold it like a ball. And inhale and go wider. And now that staticky energy that you're feeling, if you could feel it, now realize that that's not just between your hands. You're just piling some. Now if you push like that and you really focus on the energy, you can really feel like there's an energy there, right? Just push, like right there, blow out. Like you're pushing your energy into that energy. You expand that. Now if you practice this, keep your eyes closed, concentrate, keep the practice up. You practice this, what happens is your sensory body will become extremely sensitive. And then you'll start to feel your sensory body. Now keep your eyes closed and keep your hands going back and forth, but just relax. Keep on breathing deep in and deep out. Now you should feel a tingly sensation. Now I want you to realize, and you're gonna see and you're gonna feel this, that same energy is all around your body. Right now take that energy that's around your body. Inhale. Push. Now when you inhale, expand it all. And push. Inhale, expand more. Like you're pushing your arms out. Push that out. And you feel like you're growing because that's your sensory body. So as far as that, energy field, your magnetic field, your aura, whatever you feel it is, as long as that sensory body expands, as far as it expands, you become very sensitive to what's in that field. And the more that you do energy work, like Reiki, meditation, things that gather energy, the more sensitive your field is. Then when things come into your field, like people, you collect that information naturally without thought. So this psychic becomes natural without the thought process, because the thought process does what? It puts the filter on it, and you just get all caca. You get your thoughts mixed up with stuff, and you start guessing at things, and you'll hit on a couple of things. So you're like, oh wow, I got something, but you don't, and you're giving people bad information. And psychics, they get good because, like, if you predict something, that turns into a whole nother chaos. It turns into, like, you say something, then they believe you, then they try to make it true. Now you got the psychic's energy fusing with your energy to make something happen. And it actually happens, but it wasn't going to happen, so they force you into a path that you shouldn't even have went. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not what you want. So that's a practice that you really want to take. Now if you're still feeling that tingliness, right, I want you to stay in that. Rub your hands again. We're not going to go through the whole process. Just want you to calm down. Breathe. Be aware of that outside body. Now, I want you to identify this part of my body that I'm putting pressure on with my energy. Now, funny enough that I can already feel people's energy, even though you haven't even seen this video. But that's just how energy flows. Time is not real. So, tell me, where is the energy being applied in my body? And I'm going to show you an image. Let's see if you got that right. If you did, good for you. Congratulations. Keep it up. Okay. And the other one is very this is a thin line. It's really I can only tell you from my experience, right? Hearing. This is phenomenal. But it's so, to get clear, you really want to meditate. You want to get your stuff right. Because if you're not clear and this phenomenon starts to happen for you, you could really have a mental breakdown. And this could really just destroy you as a person. Because when people start to hear, it's not what you think. Like I heard like, Jesus Christ, it's not an actual audio. It is, but it's not. Like if you hear voices inside your head, you got some trouble going on. But they are at the same time, but it's not inside your head and it's not outside your head. It's like when you think. It's like if you say your name in your head. That's exactly how it sounds. There's no vibration. There's no like vibration like it's the actual sound inside your head or actually coming from an entity. That's how it should sound. Wow, that's a perfect example. It should sound like a thought. It could sound like a feeling. It could sound like an image. Like if you got all this going on, these just mush because they don't matter. It's all about bringing in the information from the field. Now, we're going to have one more practice. I'm going to want you to close your eyes. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Try to relax yourself. If you got to pause this to get deep, go ahead, pause it. I'll give you 5 seconds to get everything right. Breathe. Go deep. Relax. 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 Now, I'm going to want you to hear this, what is going to be shown to you. Hear where I'm thinking. Hear it. Now, if you got that, great. Because we're going to have one more exercise. We're going to bring it all together. And we're going to do this right now. Right? Because I want to wrap this up. we're gonna put all these. I want you to put all these. I want you to expand. I want you to feel this energy. I want you, if you ever seen Dragon Ball Z, that's what I want your sensory body to do, is to expand like that. Like you see the Tai Chi masters, they breathe in, they pull in the energy, and they blow to expand it. Pull it in, then they expand it. At this point, you should already start to feel your body tingling. You should imagine that energy coming down in your head, out through the bottom of your spine, circling back down into your head. As you breathe in and blow it out the bottom of your spine. Breathe in, suck it into your head, and feel your body just expand. Your energy body expand like you're just pushing through energy, or you're pushing through space, whatever is there. And you're becoming more relaxed. Now I want you to feel, smell, hear, and see this next image. Okay. Now if you got that, fantastic. Alright. So we're gonna wrap this up. Now what you need to do is you need to meditate. You need to take cold showers to amp your energy up. You need to do yoga. You need to stay consistent and focus on, this is what I want to do, F, this is what you want to do. But you got to keep your thoughts out of this. And how you keep your thoughts out of receiving energy. Like if you stay out of your psyche, you stay out of your mind, and you just flow into your energy, and you're pulling energy in from the field of consciousness. It's all there. All information is here in this field of consciousness, and you can just grab it out through the energy that flows in and out, in and around you. And just get your energy up more. So meditate more, eat right. And you want to practice on your imagery, your sensory, and your audio separate. As I've showed you, replay this multiple times and go through those practices, and it will help you a lot. Meditate with alpha and theta waves as much as possible, and that would help you out. And definitely subscribe, because I got more on the way, and I'll make an extended video on this and go even more in depth with more techniques and more training if you guys want to. So I don't want to just leave you guys out there, but like I said, I'm going to wrap this video up. So subscribe, share this video if you think this is helpful, and like it or not. Leave a comment if I can help you on any of these techniques, and I hope to see you on my next video. I'll be having another class on my next one. It's probably going to be more in depth on lucid dreaming and astral projection. I'm going to do those together. Or I'm going to go into how this fits into contact with different beings, aliens, ghosts, demons, and whatever you believe in. Okay. Thank you for watching Thompson TV. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.